The most disturbing tradition I have ever seen was something my parents called Truth Hour. Every Sunday at exactly 6, we sat in the living room, and each person had to confess something bad they had done that week. They said it kept us honest and united, but really it was just a trap so they could catch us in mistakes and punish us. My older brother Diego always confessed tiny things, sneaking cookies or watching television too late. My parents still turned everything into a full interrogation. Once, when I was 12, Diego admitted he got a weak grade in math, and they questioned him for an hour like he was ruining his future. He ended up crying and grounded for 2 weeks. That day, I decided I would flip the game on them. The next Sunday, I walked into the living room carrying a thick notebook. When it was my turn to speak, I opened it and said I had been recording every confession since January. My parents went pale. I flipped to the first page and reminded my father that months earlier he confessed to drinking beer after work, but later denied it when my mother complained that he came home late. His coffee cup froze halfway up. Then I looked at my mother and reminded her that one week she said she was working late, but the next week she confessed she had actually gone to dinner with Aunt Clara. Her eyes started twitching. I kept going and pointed out the worst part. Diego and I were punished for every little thing. While when my father once confessed he hit a car in a parking lot and drove away, he called it a moment of weakness and nothing happened. The room was so quiet I could hear the old fan. My father shouted for me to stop and tried to grab the notebook, but I was ready. I pulled photocopies from my pocket and calmly said I made copies and emailed them to myself every Sunday, for tradition. Diego stared at me like I was a mastermind. My mother started fussing with pillows out of panic. Then I said I had also recorded the sessions for 2 months and had a list of every time they used our confessions against us. My father stood up so fast his chair fell over. That was when I gave my real confession. Me, I want Truth Hour to end. Then I smiled and added that if they insisted on keeping it, it should come with consequences for parents too. The next week Truth Hour was gone. My mother said we were mature enough now, and my father would not meet my eyes for days. A month later, I heard them arguing again about his drinks after work. My father suggested bringing Truth Hour back, and right then, I walked past their room with the notebook sticking out of my bag. They went silent immediately. The tradition never returned. The funniest part is that my brother asked me later if I really had copies of everything. I showed him the notebook. It was empty, except for the first 3 pages.